Are you making things harder than they need to be? Hello and welcome to another episode of Motivation Monday. My name is Sensi Graves and this is the place to be to feel good about yourself, feel great in your body, and go out into the world and be awesome. And today we're talking about how we make things harder than they need to be. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to start this episode by telling you a story. We are now sitting in my beautiful home here in Hood River, which I was fortunate enough to buy 3 years ago. I love it. I wake up every day and say, I love my home so much. I'm so stoked to be in it. It's fabulous. It makes me super happy. Now, in order to purchase this home, I saved up for a very long time, maybe 10 years of saving. And I was looking for a home for 4 years. So when I decided to buy a home to when I bought a home was 4 years. And during that time, I became really obsessive with it. I really wanted to buy a home. It was something that was a huge goal of mine. And because it took 4 years to make happen, I was stressed about it. I had my house on all my vision boards. I would scan Pinterest all the time and be plugging things into design on the house. I was on Zillow and Redfin obsessively looking at homes. And we ended up putting in 6 different offers before we bought this one. And every time I would just be like, okay, this is it. And then I wouldn't get it. This is it. This is the home. And then not getting it. And I started to really think that it wasn't going to happen, that we were priced out of the market, and then we were never really going to purchase a home. And I started becoming really stressed, and I would obsess over everything that came up. I would constantly check the markets as they were coming up. I would go to sleep at night just being like, I just want this home. I'm stressed. What if we never get it? And it took all the fun out of the process. Then we got this home. We put our offer in. It was accepted. And now I'm in it, and I'm loving it so much. And looking back on that process, I just really made me think, gosh, I made that so much more hard than it needed to be. I made that way harder than it should have been. If I would have just trusted that home and buying a home was inevitable, I could have had way more fun with the actual process of buying my first home. Instead, because I was living in fear and worry and wasn't trusting that just putting one foot in front of the other would lead to buying a home, I had all these doubts, and it made me anxious. Now, I really feel like I white-knuckled this home into existence in that I wanted it so much and so badly, and I just made it happen. But I could have had the same exact outcome, buying this home, and had a pleasant buying experience. I could have lovingly put things on my Pinterest board. I could have really dreamed about how I was going to decorate, and not in a way that was obsessive, but in a way that was like, okay, this is going to happen. I'm going to let myself dream, and it's going to come true. So if I would have just trusted the process and created a knowing that buying a home was inevitable because I was taking all the right steps, and I was going to continue, and I wasn't going to give up until I got there. And if I would have just trusted that it was going to happen because of all those things, because I was putting one foot in front of the other, then I could have just had a great time with buying my first home. I could have looked at things as they come up and trusted that if we didn't get them, if our offer wasn't accepted, which it was not 5 different times, then that wasn't the home for us. And seriously, the home that I'm in now was the best house we looked at in 4 years of looking. And the 5 previous homes that we put offers in on, I'm like, whew, thank goodness we didn't get those. This one is so much better. And so looking back on it, really the lesson is just trust the process. Let yourself enjoy the moment, enjoy the time it takes to put the building blocks down to get to that goal that you want to get to. And know that if you want it, you are going to achieve it. I knew in my heart that I wanted to buy a home, and that's something that I really desperately wanted to make happen. But because I was so desperate about it, I prevented myself from really enjoying the process along with it. And it could have been so much easier. I could have just said, this is inevitable. I'm not going to stop till I get it. It's going to happen. However long it takes is how long it takes. And I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy this whole thing of how to buy a home for the first time and not get obsessed and just hang on to it so much, but let it go and really enjoy. And I think we can take that lesson into everything that we do in life, because sometimes we want something so badly, but when it's not happening, we just think we've got to control it and make it so. But when we can just let it go and trust that if we continue to do all the right steps, and because we're not going to give up, we will get to that point. We will achieve the thing that we want to achieve. It's inevitable. And then we can just enjoy all of this rest of the time that we have. Because isn't that what we want to do in life? Therefore, my prompt for you today is, what are you white-knuckling into existence, and what can you just let go of, trust the process, and really enjoy the here and now? Thank you so much. Go out into the world and be awesome. And if you want more fun things like this and motivation in your inbox, hit my link and subscribe to my newsletter. Have a great day.